Alright, this is Chris recording for MagicGatheringStrat, about 2 minutes before the start of the daily. I just wanted to go over the deck list real quick. To start off with, we have 17 forests, because 16 is a bit ambitious and you can get mana screwed, even with the 4 Korean Rangers. To go along with 17 forests, we actually have 9 4-drops, or 9 2-drops rather. So running this many extra forests doesn't matter that much, plus the forests are wild mongrel fodder, so we got the pretty standard fare of 4 of each: Rancor, Sentinel, Korean Ranger, Pit Skulk, Young Wolf. Gather Courage is a 4 of as well, along with Groundswell and Vines of Vastwood. We have 2 Hunger the Howl packs main because they're not that good against decks like Delver. We have the 4 Garrick's Companions, which are chosen over Salhana Ledgewalkers because the Ledgewalkers often just can't attack, and since they're just a 1/1 for 2. While they're all fine and everything, they're just not what we want to be doing. Then we got 3 Wild Mongrels to have a little bit of late game reach, and 2 Shinnons as board wipes. In the sideboard we have 2 Fogs, basically for the Cyclops deck, 3 Gleeful Sabotages for Affinity, the Hornet Stings and the Scattershot Archers are for Delver. We have 1 additional Hunger the Howl pack for removal heavy decks, and 1 Viridian Longbow, which will also bring in against Delver or opposing Stompy decks. So there's the deck list right now, and thank you to J Siri for pointing me in the right direction with this Stompy deck list, and hopefully we'll do pretty well in the daily event. Our round 1 opponent is rgmelkorftw for the win. I won the battle, so I'm going to play first. This hand doesn't really get there. 2 1/1s and a Gather Courage and a mulligan. Alright, this hand is much, much better. So I'm going to mull to 6. This is the kind of hand I want to mull to. We've got early pressure with the Pit Skulk and Null Sentinel, the Rancor for some reach, and Groundswell for some kill. So he mulliganed to 6 as well. I'm not going to mulligan though. So we're going to lead off with Nettle Sentinel and Pit Skulk. And now pretty much anything we draw is live. Alright, we're up against Infect, which is interesting. So I'm going to Rancor up the Sentinel down. I'm going to have to pretty much race the Infect deck, and my deck is much slower than his. So, plus I don't want a mutagenic growth to not kill his dude if he blocks. Alright, he is blocking, which is a rather interesting choice. I don't think I would do that against the Stompy deck personally if I was Infect, but well, it is what it is. So that means he probably has another creature, yeah. Which is also okay. I really didn't want an excess land there, but that's okay. We're still going to attack with our dudes and see what he does. If he blocks, we're in a really good position. If he doesn't block, we know that he's probably going to go for the kill next turn. Alright, so he's got a mutagenic growth, presumably just to block the Pit Skulk, but I don't think I'm going to let that happen. I think I'm going to go ahead and Groundswell the Pit Skulk so he can't block it. And if he wants to block, he's going to have to do it on the Nettle Sentinel, so let's go ahead and Groundswell the Pit Skulk so he can't block. Which just makes it where he can't block it and eat it. He will have to trade Nettle Sentinel for Glistener Elf. Which I'm perfectly okay with. Alright. And he does. So he's down a dude, and I get to play the Quirion Ranger, untap the Pit Skulk, and then Rancor up the Pit Skulk. And pass the turn. So he needs to play a dude and Rancor it up, and still have Pump available to win this match. Which seems unlikely. Okay, so step one, he played a dude. And unfortunately, I drew a land, so... we're going to offer up the trade for the Quirion Ranger. As unexciting as that is, I think that's what we have to do. Have to keep the pressure on him. And he doesn't have to block. He knows I have a land in hand. Well, he knows I have just one card in hand. One card doesn't kill him. So he doesn't have to block here. But he's running low on cards that can actually kill me. So he is going to block. That's very interesting, actually. Maybe means he has a mutagenic growth. But if he has a mutagenic growth, that means it doesn't... The spell doesn't go to my face. So... I'm okay with the trade there. And just bounce land back to my hand for a wild mongrel fodder. Oh, Blight Mamba's rather annoying. But I can swing past it, so not a big deal. And getting a young wolf there is very good for me. So we're just gonna attack with the Pit Skulk. Means he has to kill me next turn. Which once again doesn't seem very likely because he would need multiple pump spells and multiple land to cast those pump spells to do it. And he has to attack past the young wolf. So, pretty sure I've got game one down. Be right back. Alright, so I win game one. So against Infect, you kind of want to be defensive. At the very least, the fogs are coming in. Oh, thanks. Alright, so, as I was saying, the fogs come in, and the Viridian Longbow comes in at the very least. The pump spells are less important in this matchup. So we're probably taking out all the Gather Courages. Then I can actually bring in one more card too. I might just bring in a Gleeful Sabotage to kill his Necroclaw Mirrors. Yeah, seems okay. Can also probably take out a Hunger of the Howpax. Although they seem like they might actually let me race. So maybe I'll bring in another Hunger of the Howpack Vice. Gleeful Sabotage. Yeah. That's probably what we'll do. It might be the right play to bring in Hornet Stings, but I don't know, I guess we'll find out. Alright, it's a fine hand. No mulligan for sure. That Querian Ranger into Shannon of Life's Roar, so... That seems like that can win a game pretty handily against Infect. Probably plays an Acreclaw Mirror here. And Blight Mamba. Well, that's very bad news for me, actually. Let's go ahead and offer up the trade. I guess I should have not played the second land there in case he did want to make the trade. But I can just get him with Shannon next turn, so... Or the following few turns, because I've got the Shannon and Querian Ranger combo. So I get to untap his dudes and kill them if he plays any spells on them. So that seems like a fair combo. Well, not fair for him, fair for me. Ooh, Phytoburst, eh? Well, that's a thing. And then he has a Rancor here? Yeah. Alright, well, I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm taking 8 damage. But that's okay, I get to kill him next turn with the Querian Ranger. You know, just straight up kill it. Hopefully he doesn't have a mutagenic growth. He did not. Well, a mutagenic growth would have just straight killed me there. Alright, so... I think we want to... cast the Garruk's Companion, untap his Mamba with the Querian Ranger, and kill it with the Shannon of Life's Roar. Yeah, that seems like that's what's going to happen here. So let's cast the Garruk's Companion. Untap this dude with the Querian Ranger. And kill it with Shannon of Life's Roar. Unfortunately, this means I lose my Shannon. That seems like that's the price I'm going to have to pay to kill his Mamba. And then I still have 4 power on the board, so I'm feeling pretty safe. I might just use the Groundswell here, but I don't think so. I think I can save the Groundswell. No, you can't block the Querian Ranger. Sorry, you have to block Shannon. Yep, so Shannon eats his dude. Hopefully without a mutagenic growth. No, no mutagenic growth. That's good. And we'll pass the turn. Hopefully this is... Okay, Acreclaw Mirror is fine. He does get to Rancor it up, though. Which is not as fine. Actually, no, he doesn't get to Rancor it up. Now we're just gonna... whoops. We're gonna Vines it, so he can't Rancor. Because the way he's gonna win here with the Acreclaw Mirror is to, Rancor it up.
I found a bumblebee and it can't fly.
Okay. Leave it alone.
It's on a stick. I carried it. It's a white dot. I won't
Okay, leave it alone. Alright, so it's probably a good thing that I didn't use my Vines of Vastwood. He might have another Rancor, which will not be that good for me, but I think I can still live. He's down to 2 cards in hand. He did tap 2 green, though, so I'm wondering what his last card is. Alright, he didn't have anything, so... it's very interesting. Alright, so we'll play this land, and we're going to attack again. With the Companion and the Quarian Ranger. So he's going to need another, yeah, we're going to do this. And play the Young Wolf. So if he has a Rancor here, another Rancor, then I'm in deep doo-doo. If he doesn't have another Rancor, I'm okay. Not great, but okay. But I have to think that if he had another Rancor, he would have played it last turn on his dude. Alright, he has another Rancor. So he was just sandbagging it, I guess? I don't think I can get out of this. I can block it, and the Mongrel becomes a 4/4. But if he has any pump spells, I'm just dead. Yeah, if this is another Fido Burst, I'm just dead. Apostle's Blessing. Well, that means I'm just dead. No, I guess I'm not. He can only give it protection from green. And then I can just discard a Wild Mongrel, or discard a couple cards of Wild Mongrel and block it. Although, once again, he chooses green, so his Rancor falls off. That's funny. Alright. So, a misplay by my opponent, I think. Because now he can't even Rancor his Everclaw Mirror. Yeah, we're gonna discard a Forest, the Wild Mongrel, and make the Wild Mongrel make him a red dude. So discarding this Forest. And we're gonna make him red. And now the Wild Mongrel blocks him. We trade. And he's left without a board. And a Rancor in hand. So Wild Mongrel flexing its muscles there. Yeah, and he's pretty well on his way to being dead now. I've got a Groundswell in hand. We're going to play out this Forest. Can Groundswell get him down to 3. But we're going to save the Groundswell for a blocker, basically. And he goes down to 7, and the Groundswell is lethal next turn if he doesn't present a blocker. And we're going to go ahead and bounce a Forest back to our hands this turn. Alright, Skargan Pit Skulk. Will pretty much seal the deal. He might have a Fog. And I think I want to play around that over not playing around it. Because otherwise, what is he actually doing? Maybe I just go for the win. If he has the fog, then he has the fog, and I can just kill him next turn. So I'm not going to sandbag this. I'm just going to groundswell right now. Alright, looks like he F6, so he doesn't have the fog. Alright.